very scary players throughout the season, so we'll watch to see how it goes.
Yeah, no swap, so this is it. Bastion coming out on Junkertown. Gonna try to get him set right up on this cart. 30, looking up high, trying to find some shots on anybody as he has already won the sniper duel. Aaron, welcome to your nightmare.
Yeah, and especially without the Hanzo, there's no one to shoot down this shield in front of TK Thrifty. They're all just gonna get mowed down.
Yeah, and they are getting a little staggered here. They should still be able to contest the point, but they gotta be careful not to give up any more picks.
Swap is off of the Hanzo to the Genji, to Dirty Dan being on the Hanzo.
Yeah, as Josh Danko, what was he hoping to accomplish?
Yep. Unfortunately, he does get staggered. And
yeah,
they're
he just
gonna
didn't
lose
back
first
off
point.
with his team.
Yeah. They will swap off the Rein Zarya to a dive comp, which is the best way realistically to deal with a Bastion, I'd say.
Is the stream offline? I just saw the stream go offline in my browser. No, we're good. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened there. I'm gonna assume it was a browser error. Thank God it happened between fights. As a lot of damage coming out. There we go. 30 gets the healer pick. 30 gets the healer picks. Oh man.
You can't do anything about that. When the Widowmaker pops off like this, there's nothing to do. And it's why I hate this character. She's just really when she's going all the way. And it was a really nice sleep dart at the very beginning from Dano, but that's gonna die too. They don't have a mercy res, so they either are gonna have to try to 5v6 this or give it up to third point.
Yeah, and this is rough because now they've given up 2 points on Junkertown. They've essentially lost 2 team fights.
Yep. And it's 6 minutes.
These are long points. It is normally pretty easy to get 2 fights on each of these points. Just a disaster for 3 Dans 1 Cup.
Yeah, and I don't think I've seen them get a single ulti yet even. It's been this bad.
Yeah, they are closing in on Aaron with this Genji blade, but here we go. Bench life coming forward. Aaron looking for something with this blade, but he's creating pressure, but he's not doing it himself, but it's not going to matter because kills are kills, and a lot of them are going to be going the way of 3 Dans 1 Cup.
Yeah, that's a huge sigh of relief from them, as it looked like the offense was going to be almost not unstoppable. They are going to stay on this Bastion though because he has ulti.
Yeah, they are going to have essentially 5 ults in this fight, everything but 30's Deadeye, but there are some big ults coming out of the defense now. Zed can maybe come through big with his Transcendence. We will see as Dubdrum the first one on the cart. And here we go, Monkey going forward with Cruise kind of split from the sea, but it doesn't matter, they do pick off checkers.
Oh, nice purple.
Ooh, that was big. And now, Nano, that was not a good Nano.
No. Pretty unnecessary. Maybe he was just low and he wanted to keep him up. I didn't exactly see what was going on there.
Yeah, but not a whole lot of resources expended from either team here, as it's just a nano boost that comes through in that fight. So we are going to have a very explosive fight here with a lot of ults available, and here we go. Oh, Thrifty is being set up. They are using all of the ults, but they're not finding them. Josh Danko against Thrifty, who got nothing there with the Bastion ult. And now we see like 10 ults pop, and there's only been a kill from each team. Now, finally, Bench Life is managing to mop this fight up.
It looks like just a one fight for the offense. Bench Life, throughout this series, have really been winning these, I'd like to say sloppy, but I don't think it's their fault that it's sloppy. Fights where there's just not much coordination out of 3 Dans. Especially when you're running dive, you need coordination on a single target.
Yeah, and now this is awkward as Josh Danko is going for the engage as Dirty Dan was still in spawn. He had just made that swap to McCree kind of late. And here we go. Aaron, this is the ult that's going to have to be big. He's popping the Genji blade. What can he find? It's just checkers. But if you're going to pick one, that's a big one. That's a Valkyrie unavailable. Now 30 finds a flank. That's both of the healers down. But 30 going to lose his life in the process. Actually, TK50 goes down as well. This is a lot of picks traded both ways, but the offense does have this card moving. Dirty Dan gonna need to try to find something because he is out buying time on this cart. trying
We
to
got
pump
him.
shots. And yeah, he finds Valk. He's buying so much time for Creed. 1 versus 2. He's gonna get res, but it was worth it because he got time for all of his teammates to spawn. They have reestablished onto this cart. Now Checkers going down. Valk going down. I think the defense is gonna hold here.
Yeah, they roll out with the 2 hit scan comp with McCree and Soldier to make sure Thrifty cannot play that Pharah, and he's gonna swap off. They're gonna try this triple tank setup. We've seen them do a couple times. And yeah.
30 solo DPS if you're gonna have just one. Probably the guy you want it to be. But still a lot of time remaining. A lot can happen here. 2.5 minutes to play. Just a few meters to go. It's now everyone going towards the card. Zedekiss gonna show Dubdrum how the transcend is supposed to be used. And Dubdrum once again gonna be late. Does not save Chromatic, but he is going to get res. But now here we go. Maybe the big ult 30. Actually, both of these soldiers popping Tac Visor, but not a lot coming through. But it is both of the healers that do go down for the bench life. That should end this fight. Is this going to just be a slow stagger? These tanks actually, TK50 is going to.
They have anywhere to go.
And a loss. No, it's not a lost fight because TK50 finds 3. Are you fucking kidding me?
Now it's just Soldier versus Diva, and Soldier's gonna run around as much as possible. I don't think PK Thrifty can kill him.
Oh,
He will finally get him in the end.
Tracking on board. Now Checkers coming in, going to res 30 on this cart as all of the spawns from both sides are making it back on. But this is a lot of beef to shred through. Josh Dangle buying some good time before going down. Now Dirty Dan doesn't find anything with the Deadeye. As Benchlight has the advantage, they lose Thrifty's mech, but they're finding picks. There's only a single healer available, and that's a Zenyatta on the other side. As it's a Zen duel off to the side. Zedekiss gonna take out Dubdrum, but finally goes down. Now Tac Visor coming out of 30 again to go with all of the damage that Valk put out. He's finding these last kills, trying to find these last kills, and finally does it. And now I think this cart is going straight to the end as Daniel's gonna just barely touch. And it took a while, but Benchlife get the cart there.
Honestly, well done out of the defense just to hold it for that long. There was 6 minutes going into that 3rd point, and they got him down to 1. They should be really happy with that, with how sloppy. The fact they didn't even really get to fight in 2nd point. And 1st point just ended with a single Widowmaker pick, so. Man.
You know, it sounds really shameful when you put it like that, and also completely accurate.
Just yeah, well, it really be like that. I don't know what else to say. We'll have to see what 3 Dans runs on their offensive push. To, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if it was more Bastion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. They've got a lot of Bastion players on that team.
Something Chromatic's actually been practicing that I know of from playing with him is this Widowmaker, and it wouldn't surprise me if they brought out this double snipers comp for the defense.
Yeah, I like double snipers. I like the idea of these 2 players running double snipers, but it's gonna be rough if there's a Bastion on the other side.
True, it's unless they can maybe get some good crossfire, it's gonna be hard for Bastion to kill them at least. So
that's also true. So this could be an exciting first point. As I'm excited to see Chromatic playing something new, to be honest. Zayda's been very good, but Chromatic was a very skilled player, the original very aggressive Genji in this league, and he can play a lot more mechanical intensive heroes than just the Zarya, and I don't think a lot of players that didn't play with him back in the day realize it.
Yeah, and they're gonna be seeing it now, as I've played with his Widow, and it can be scary, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so everyone holding up nice and high here for bench life, as that'll give an easy setup over to Heron's Bastion. What can he do as the snipers are looking for some shots here? They are raining some damage through his Heron, going low before the shield comes back up. As now TK50 is contesting this card. They have forced the Bastion way back, and they have killed the Bastion. Now bench life going to try to establish on this card. There is a res there.
30 gets picked.
30's down. TK50 defect. This could be a good fight. As now Checkers also gets a res.
Chromatic gets a pick on Cruise Master, but it looks like the offense is managing to hold it. Updrum's just kind of split off on the side. He should be able to get away if they don't see him. But
There we
Delayed
go,
picks
top
everywhere.
5 going with this team, and now a Dragon Ult coming out of 30, and actually it finds some big stuff there. Both the healers do go down for the offense, so I think this push is over.
Yeah, some nice delayed picks on the tank specifically from the DPS, and it ends up working out for them. Aaron's gonna swap off the Bastion. They've conceded defeat. 30
Yeah,
just gets a kill on Dano.
Rough, costly stagger. Every second counts when you're this far down on the time bank. And here we go on TK.
He is.
Okay.
I think he's just using it to remake. Didn't work out. They will swap to a dive comp here with a Hanzo. So
Yeah, this probably makes more sense. They got to get on to these opposing snipers. As, but they can't lose the sniper duels for that to happen as Chromatic with the initial pick, and there is no res available for Zedekis.
yeah, those walls from Chromatic really were pretty huge. They will get it, and they're gonna be going in with that. Sorry.
Yeah, here we go. Josh Danko cast Chromatic sleeping on the back line. Dub drop popping a Transcendence, trying to keep his tanks alive. It will get a res onto Chromatic as this cart is starting to move forward, but Dub drop popping a Transcendence of his own. Sorry, Dano popping a Transcendence of his own. But
Dano's going forwards. He's going, and he kills 30 in the back line.
Oh man, both the snipers are now down for the defense as this cart is moving. Valk backing up, says, gosh, watch what a tank does after they lose a fight. He backs off and awaits the regroup with this team.
They might be able to actually come back and try to contest for one last fight here.
Yeah, they will be able to contest here. They have a D.Va close. They're setting up for it. Everyone else down low, getting ready to touch it. And here we go. The Widowmaker peeking, looking for the shot. Can he have the big one onto the Genji? I'm thinking, no! Genji catches Widow turning, and Chromatic is down. Now the Genji ult is coming out. His ults are being sent every which direction. Both these teams losing a few, but Heron finds Valk, and I think this is going the favor of the offenses. Yeah, no, actually, it's the defense.
Yeah, that blade really didn't get anything. He didn't know exactly where everyone was and ended up just swinging down to kill Valk, who had his shift up. It takes so long to kill those Orissas. They only have a minute to go. This is really poor, and with only the Winston ulti, it's looking difficult.
Yeah, they're playing against the 3 long-range assassination threats of 30 Chromatic and Checkers, and there is a lot of open territory they have to run to get back to this cart. This is a very ideal situation for a last fight for Bench Life. Is the only ult available. No, they pick off Zed. You can't res the Rezer. Chromatic finds 2 shots in a row, and now TK Thrifty says, I want to end this. Tosses out the D-Volt, does not find anything, but Heron is down. Dano, both these Transcendences coming through just to buy some time, but this is 6 versus 3 in favor of the Bench Life. Gonna try to cleanly mop this one up. Can this D-Ball find anything? It cannot, as Dano is down. It's just 2 tanks and a Mercy here. As the Mercy goes down, the beef is gonna get shredded through, and that is it. A Junkertown disaster for 3 Dance 1 Cup. Gonna go for just a second longer here. Just a second longer here.
Lucio!
And there we go. The Junkertown disaster ends with this match going 3-0 for Bench Life as they annihilate on Junkertown.
Yeah, we got to see Chromatic's Widow. Oh, a good time. He played it well.
It was good. He found a lot of kills. But play of the game, not going to be any of those snipers. It's going to be Zedekis on the Zenyatta. As I
Wait,
think it's just
they just sat there and took it. I like it. Consolation prize.
Yeah, and I guess they need every moral victory they can get because there was not a lot of real victories in that match for them. But that's going to do it for match 1, guys, so stay tuned. We're going to swap streams over. We've got all dabs, no blab coming up against me and Cal and the rest of the casting couch. So stay tuned. We'll be swapping streams in a sec here, and we will hopefully be back pretty fast.